Welcome back to the evening show. Now, beekeeping is a hobby that has gotten really popular of late, and after reading a number of articles on it, I thought the only way to find out more about it properly was to get up close and personal. So I went along to visit Stuart Hayes, and he was good enough to show me what's involved in beekeeping. Wait until you see how I got on. To say it was an experience is an understatement. Take a look. So Stuart, beekeeping has really gotten so popular lately.
Yes, it has. As you say, Olive, there's a lot more interest now in beekeeping and people keeping them. People are leading more organic lives. They're more in touch with nature and the influences that it has, and their interest has grown as a result. And
beekeeping ties nicely into that organic lifestyle. If you are interested in starting a hive, talk me through all the kit that you need.
Well, there's some basic kit. I suppose the ultimate, you need to have bees, so you need to get those.
That's the hard part, though.
That is the hard part, because unfortunately there's not as many beekeepers in the country and there's not so many bees naturally available.
Okay.
You would need to join an association, would be your best option and advice if I was to give it, because there you have easy access to beekeepers, easy access to beginners courses where they will actually talk you through the necessary procedures, techniques, and what you need. We can see in front of us here now, we have some of the basic equipment. I'm standing in a bee suit, which has a veil.
It's very dapper.
Oh, thank you. It's my colour. Then I wear that for when I want to do a hive inspection. What I'm hopefully trying to get out of this is that I would have a honey crop at the end of the season.
Sure.
So in order to do that, I would put on crates, and there's a couple of formats of them. We have sections here on top, which the bees can save the honey into.
Okay, and they're just like little squares then
little
of
squares
honeycomb
of frame,
that comes out.
and that's it, and comes out.
And these
then we have frames here which we put in. Now that's a frame that has been harvested. I would put in a frame of wax like that, which has a foundation for the bees to build on.
Okay, and so that's the natural shape that they take anyway when they're building a honeycomb?
That is. It's the strongest thing in nature that the bees can have, and it is naturally sloped as well. Right. So that the liquid, which is liquid, doesn't flow out of it. And this is the comb that they produce from their wax glands, which they draw out naturally themselves.
Okay. Now, I'm fully aware of the queen bee, but
yes.
Talk me through the society. Like, there's your workers, your drones, and your queen, but how does the society work?
It's a colony, effectively, and it's similar very much to ants. There is a queen bee, which you've mentioned, and she is the mother of the hive. She rules the roost, as it were. She's the hierarchy society. She lays all the eggs. She brings on the worker bees, and then they produce the honey and gather the flow. So you
absolutely have to have a queen bee to
have
your hive.
The hive wouldn't survive without her. There's never more than one lady ruling in the roost.
Yeah,
so
well, that works
in
real life as well.
And then the drones, which are the princes, their only function is to have a good time and eat honey and go out and hopefully be the father to future colonies of bees. Okay, so it's kind of life imitating nature, imitating life, so I like that. Now, we are going to get up close and personal with the bees, but I need something of your attire. I think it's best that we get you into that so you don't get stung. Perfect, okay, well, not getting stung, that's the aim. So Stuart, we're at the beehive. Yes. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit scared. It's a thing that scares a lot of people initially, and we're just going to open it up and go for it. The do's and don'ts? The do's and don'ts is to try and make your movements as smooth as possible, not to do any jerking, any knocking, anything like that on the hive. Don't scream, being the other one. Another one is noise, and a lot of movement. The bees don't particularly like it, so I'm just going to disassemble all of this. And the smoker? I'm in charge of smoking? You're in charge of the smoker. Now, the smoker will help us in that it inhibits the bees in their motion. So I'm going to just lift the top here, and you're going to give a couple of puffs of smoke underneath it. So you go, a couple of puffs. No, sorry, yeah. That's grand. And we're just going to do it again under this one. Okay, a couple of puffs of smoke in there. Oh my God. Perfect.
Are you sure the smoke coming out
Now,
of this?
these are a nice, quiet bee, so they should be good for us to work with.
Okay, they're chilled out. They're not even noticing that we're here.
So there's a good spread of bees over the front. I'm just going to give them a couple of puffs down here now, just to keep them calm.
What does the smoke reduce, Stuart?
It keeps them quiet. It actually instills a force of nature into them where it will they engorge themselves with honey and they become quiet as a result.
Okay.
So now I'm just loosening the hive here, and the bees will get a little bit more active as a result. They have it all stuck together with propolis, and I'm just going to lift out a frame, and there'll be bees on this now.
Oh.
So I'll just have a quick look, and that one's fine.
Oh my God.
And I'm just, to make room for myself, I'm going to put that to one side.
It smells beautiful though.
Oh, it is. You won't get the full aroma, unfortunately, on the camera, but of just sort of honey and wax.
That is amazing.
And I'll lift up a frame now with honey in it. So this is where the bees have been gathering their honey, and you can see here now that that's all lovely capped frame of honey. On the far side you can see where it's sort of halfway through, the capped at the top with the honey stores at the bottom.
And the smoke doesn't affect the honey, does it?
Not to a great extent. Honey will absorb smells, and it absorbs moisture quite readily, but once it's capped off, that isn't a problem.
Okay.
But also with time, the bees get it back to its natural state.
And at this stage then, how long...
So if you give me a couple
how
of
long
puffs there.
do you stay doing this? Like, I mean...
Ideally, you really want to be out in and out as quick as you can. You're looking at maybe 15-20 minutes, sort of a maximum sort of period that to have a hive open. It's all very weather dependent. On wet days, it's better not to open the hive too much.
Sure.
And windy days, because they're actually it's a brood nest in here as well, so they're bringing out eggs and young within it, and it's best if it's kept at a constant temperature, which the bees strive to do by doing work.
Sure.
No, that's okay.
And what are you checking for here? Are you checking for anything
I'm checking
in particular?
to see if I can see pollen, honey, and brood, and there's different things there. You might be able to see it there, where there's sort of golden little biscuity type stuff. That's the pollen, where they've gathered that in from the flowers.
Wonderful.
And the bees use that as food.
Cool.
It's their protein source.
Yeah. And at this stage then, when you close it up, I mean, how long does it take for honey to actually become a product that's ready for market?
Quite quickly, actually. If there's a good honey flow with lots of crop of nectar around, the bees will gather it in very quickly.
Sure.
Now,
so
I think we're just going to close them up now.
Yeah,
I haven't
think they're
unfortunately
happy.
found the queen, but so what I do is I push the frames back together again.
Yeah. Okay, and then when you put the lid back on, does it take long for them to just relax and chill out again?
They will get back to their business quite quickly of just staying in the hive, quite cool.
Yeah.
And gathering nectar and making honey.
So, I mean, can we have a look at the actual honeycomb then and what it looks like when it's finished?
I think we should, because I think that's really what people ultimately see in the shops.
They don't see all the hard work that goes into it though.
No, exactly.
Okay, that's perfect. So I'll just keep smoking and let's go have a look at the honey. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That was scary.
What I didn't tell you is I got a couple of stings while we were doing that.
Are you serious?
Okay. Yep.
Oh my god, are you okay? Are you alive?
I'm alive. I've survived. I can show you the
It's just when they go here.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's the breath from you has carbon dioxide in it.
So don't breathe.
It's a trigger for bees naturally that there's an attacker around. So whether it's an animal, a bear, a cow, an attacker, yeah.
Right, and they're gonna smoke me off.
Yeah, they'll go away now. They'll lose interest in us in a short while. So, all the labour of this as a beekeeper, and what do you get at the end of it?
Exactly.
This is what you get. You get a honey product. There is other things like wax that you can take from it,
But this is a section of honey in its natural honeycomb.
That's fab, isn't it?
And you can see it's fully filled,
smell.
and you get the aroma from the honey itself. It's very natural. You can see the bees are very interested as well. They followed us out to have a look to see what we're at.
They just wanted to make sure that I got a full experience of their presence.
And here we have a jar of run honey. So this is where I've gone and extracted the honey from the hive and from the comb and put it in. Yes, let's open it. Yeah, well, the bees will particularly like this.
Oh, no, don't open it. No, we won't open that. We'll just save that for later.
And this is cut comb honey, which is the same as this, except it's been cut from the frame that we were looking at earlier and put into a little container.
And that's 100% organic?
100% organic, pure Irish honey from the wildflowers and garden flowers of Dublin.
Stuart, I have to say, I've never been this close to this many bees before in my entire life, so thank you so much for showing me all about it. And I think there's so much to learn in the whole art of beekeeping, so thank you so much.
You did very well. Well done, Ella.
Right, let's go get a drink.
Yes, and taste some honey.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you, there were a few moments there when I was wondering how I get myself into these situations. But I have to say, so many thanks to Stuart Hayes for showing me around, and it really was an experience. And if you want to find out more information about beekeeping in your area, you can log on to the website dublinbees.org or the Federation of Irish Beekeeping Associations, irishbeekeeping.ie. It's really is a great hobby to get involved with. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for on tonight's programme. David is back again with lots more to show you tomorrow night, and I'll be getting a little bit active. You'll see what I mean tomorrow at 7, repeated at 9. See you then.